Hello and welcome to the DFS underscore PhD show for the 27th of November. Remember, you're good enough, you're strong enough, and gosh darn it, someone's got to win that money. Might as well be us. And I've got a few of these from the last, Thanksgiving break. I got Burkle's Baby, Byborg, a bunch of you guys with, I think, yeah, lots of solid hits, 4K, a couple of people's first satellite wins. So congrats, guys. Way to, I like it. If I can't win the satellites, I'm glad you guys are winning them. And just one more time, double check or go look at Sheets' thing about the difference in ownership from actual ownership, because sims don't work when the ownership's wrong, right? I mean, like, what are you simulating? If you're not simulating the ownership and you're not simulating the projection of the actual, like, those are the two things you could get wrong, right? The ownership or projection. And so if you're getting them both wrong, there's no need to listen to you. So ownership's a pretty easy one to check. Obviously, projections are affected by all sorts of things. I kind of had given a hard time to whoever it was, one of the reporters, about Najee Harris getting all those runs. I know that Jalen Warren gave away the what's it called, the fumble, and that's why he got limited. I'm mostly complaining about the Pickens. They said, "Oh yeah, we're going to give Pickens more work," and then gave like freaking Freiermuth more work, and they definitely were planning it. So that's annoying. Anyway, on to today's NBA slate. I like to mess with the pace. I don't understand how, so I did get, I like to not second guess the books, except on lines, because I got every single line bet I made right in Vegas, or when I was in Colorado. It's just I was parlaying them Ayton at a time with other stuff as well. We put the snooze on that for later. RSVP. But yeah, so I don't see any difference between Detroit, Indiana, the New Orleans Pelicans, Washington, and Utah. Those are my guys. I think they all have high-paced games. And then you got these guys down here that are all kind of lower. The LA teams, Portland, and Denver. It's all just like pace-related considerations. This first game, Washington and Detroit, two of the fastest teams on the slate, and you don't have either one of them projected for very many points at this time. So I had to make them. It's a toss-up. Whoever gets there, these guys are all bad teams in bad game environments. Portland and Indiana, there's a chance of a blowout as well. So deal with that how you deal with that. I'm building 150 here. If you're in the Discord, you know that these next couple days leading up to the 2,500 and leading up to the 888, I'm working a lot more hand built and a lot less 20. So I might put 150, I might put 20 in somewhere, but mostly I'm trying to simulate what is a 150 max going to look like tonight from people who are doing it sharp. And wow, 100% Jokic. Okay. I don't think I'm going to get there. If he's 2.5%, what did they make his price? $13,000 for it to be like this? Yeah, 12.8. I don't see any problem with it. There's just no way to plug that amount of money into your lineup. And Justin Holiday, if he starts, I assume that's almost min price. Fine with it. Totally enjoyed that yesterday. We got 0 ownership for him. That's really, really attractive. So I think I will definitely be locking that in for 2 of my lineups out of 6. But besides that, what else you got? What else you got? We got THT. Yeah, okay. A bunch of these Utah guys again. No issue with that. A bunch of Jalen Smith. No issue with that. So I'm setting 35 now to capture 2/3 of my guys. I like all these plays. So Jalen Smith, let me tell you the rules, right? Obviously, a couple different rules I added in here. Mostly it's Myles foul trouble that determines the slate to me. If Myles doesn't get in foul trouble, you need Myles. If Myles does get in foul trouble, you need Jalen Smith. I don't really, I know sometimes they've gone to Isaiah Jackson. Isaiah Jackson, also capable of smashing. I don't know. I think that against against Portland, you got Duop Reath, you got pretty big guys. I think you still have to go Jalen Smith. Who knows? Though it's risky. I don't want more than 1/3 of my dudes on it. I love Ausar Thompson. I love Ausar Thompson. I still probably only play 50%. Jordan Poole, yes, he screwed me over. I felt bad about it. All the plane ride back, I'm like, hey, let me give a hard time to my rep who's doing the Tournament of Champions about it. They didn't give me anything. I'm like, come on, they got LA box seats. They've got a zillion box seats. Just let me feel better with a little free box seat thing, so it's not so empty out there. No dice, but anyway, I'm going back to Jordan Poole. Don't care that he burned me the very last slate. You should go back to Jordan Poole too. He's in a great game environment, and he's going to score a lot of points if he plays. Now, double check, watch with your own eyes. Him during warm up. Does he hurt his little ankle or whatever? Because, whatever that was, I'm so annoyed by that. I still think, like, for me, yeah, I get it. DraftKings doesn't owe me anything, but at the same time, the position they take publicly They need to be like lobbying the NBA about that. Like I gotta see every ad in this game is about, oh, DraftKings the partner of the NBA. Wah. Yeah, I know you're not technically the partner of the NBA, but let's do like a little bit of, oh man, yeah, that was terrible reporting. Give them a hard time at least perfunctorily. Give me at least a kabuki theater to make me feel better. You gotta be better politicians out there, guys. All right. Jalen Duren, yes, smashability. Scoot, I guess everybody's gonna get there because he's underpriced, but wow, only 13%. Yeah, no problem with Scoot. Scoot's definitely in play. He could kill you. He could win you. He's in play. I don't have any other centers right now. I think other centers so far seem too cute. I just don't feel like I don't need like Paul Reed with an Embiid mess up because that game's just not that attractive anyway. I get to Tobias just because Tobias's usage is always underrated. Do I think I really get to 55% Tobias? Probably not. These other guys are better values. As long as Dyson Daniels continues to start, I will continue to play an almost unlimited amount of Dyson Daniels. Keyonte George had a stinker, got sat down on the bench. Still possible that he absolutely smashes it tonight. I probably have half my lineups with a Keyonte George in them. And then beyond that, I'm playing Jokic. What are people doing at 2.5% Jokic? Core. It's core. I know why. I can tell why. There's no good value. None of this value is good. All of this value is gross and weird, and it probably barely fits. Like I bet those lineups look weird. They probably have a lot of Justin Holiday in them. They probably have a lot of like Talen Horton Tucker in them and stuff. But I'm fine with that because that game's going to score a lot of points, and there's a chance that he's a guy who gets extended off the bench, even though I'm aware he did not get extended off the bench last game. He hurt me. He hurt me very badly as well. But no, I'm not, I'm not going to go back to, I don't think they're going to for sure do the same weird rotations they did yesterday. And that's what I'm seeing with Fontecchio projected for 19. I don't know, guys. I watched the game. I don't think the reason they won was Fontecchio. So we'll see if he stays in the starting lineup, and definitely be late swapping that game. I'm not sure what's going to happen with those starters. You're not either. Double check what happens with that 6 o'clock game starters. And do I think I'm building in enough, exposure to these late games. Denver, yeah, because I got Jokic, I've got Utah, I've got Dyson Daniels as a core play up here. Won't have that much flexibility, but I'll be able to get to some interesting components if there's a weird. So you could build more for this game if you wanted to up the because it's later and there might be late news affecting it. You might want to up the projection for that game to just give you additional exposure beyond what you would naturally get to. That's not the way I play it. Also with Duren, I don't really think I want more than. What's the chance he plays full minutes? A third or a half? A third? Yeah. And I think Ausar, I'm going to give a whole half because I've never seen a guy try as hard. And, I don't care if I lose money as long as my guy's trying to score maximum fantasy points on every single possession, And hey, Ausar Thompson, he's trying to score maximum fantasy points on every possession. He doesn't care if it's LeBron. He doesn't care if it's Giannis. He doesn't care who is out there. Every possession, block, steal, trying to score three, trying to dunk it. Like every single play, he wants to be the guy that scores the points. So until he stops being that guy or they stop giving him minutes. Now, granted, with Duren back in the lineup, a little bit lower rebounds, but maybe higher blocks. This dude loves to come from the blind side, act crazy. I love it. I'm still on Ausar. I know the price is up. We're at what, 7,000 now ish? 6,500. Still too cheap. Jordan Poole, still too cheap. Yeah, these are my core guys. These top four: Ausar Thompson, Jordan Poole, Dyson Daniels, and Jaden Ivey. Kind of obviously the best plays of the slate. You can kind of keep reading from there. I hope it doesn't make an entire team. I try not to say entire teams on the air to make them not crazily duped. You can do this Ayton Reath if you want to. I might do that now I'm thinking about it. Yeah, that seems like a pretty good one. Do a little Ayton and Reath fork. So what I mean by that is then I'll go and look at Ayton and I'll see, okay, he's probably projected for a moderate amount of minutes. But what if he smashes? Because he's going, they need him out there against Myles, so he could smash. But yeah, I don't know. That was already pretty. How much was I already on of DeAndre Ayton? This is mostly a do I need more do-up Reath question, because that's kind of pretty high of a projection for him already. Yeah, so I think I need to project do-up Reath for like 18, because as the backup against, Indiana is big. So I don't think, even if you get Jackson out there, I think you still have to send out do-up over Jabari's been playing well. You know what? I'm going to just leave this the way it is, because I remember Jabari Walker played so well the other day when he got some run. So I don't really know what the backup situation is for Ayton right now. So I'm just going to leave that the way it is entirely. Yeah. Okay, so that was a long way to say I did nothing. All right, so that's probably all I got for the basketball slate today. Come over to the Discord to see my late thoughts if we get some late news. And remember, you're good enough, you're strong enough, and gosh darn it, someone's got to win that money. And hey, it's $100,000. Might as well be us.